Hey guys, this is Sagar and welcome to my channel Sagar Vines and Tips. I really hope and I really wish that you all are going good through your lives. And so, since today's video is all about the signs or the fact or the things that you should never do in your interview, so I know this journey because when we start this journey, being a student, and when we just in the final year go into giving those interviews, those so-called nervous interviews, then we wonder what are the signs, what are the facts, and what are the things that we should never do in our interview, and we seek answers through this medium. YouTube is a great medium for that, and that is the reason I'm making this video, because maybe I can help someone. um, because when I was starting in this interview thing, I was really nervous and I didn't know much about what to do and how to do, and what kind of things you should do, or what you should never do in order to gain that job that you are trying hard to get. So, directly jumping into the topic, so I will be telling you about 7 things that you should never do in any of the interview. So, let's start. First and the foremost important sign is don't be late. Never ever be sure about this that first impression is the last impression. Don't ever be late on for any kind of interview, be it a first round, be it a phone call round, or whatever, but just be on time. That because it creates a huge impact on the company or the HR also, because they see that you respect their time and they will respect your concerns as well. So always be on time in any interview. Second thing is never do inappropriate dressing. I know formals are not suitable to many of the people, or formals people don't like usually formal, especially if you are a college student and directly jumping for a job form. You don't prefer formals, but for a job interview, should I don't know if the job is asking for you to go in informal dresses afterwards after the interview, but that you can discover after the interview itself. So why taking risk in an interview? So always prefer formals, always wear neat and tidy clothes, of course, and it should be subtle, not very striking, like striking red or striking orange or something like that, but it should be subtly, delicately decent, that I would say. Then the third thing that you should never do in any interview is mumbling, or blundering, or fumbling, whatever you can call it. Give straight answers. Don't वो कहते हैं ना अटको मत. Don't like do mumble bumble, whatever we can call it, and avoid unclear answering. Be clear, be specific about what you are saying, and be confident in whatever you are doing and whatever you are seeking or saying. Even in the body language, the confidence should seek out or should represent out, and the interviewer must be able to recognize that confidence in you. So that is the third thing. Fourth thing is many people try to, like many interviewers, especially if you are going for some any kind of job, I must say, because um, many interview try to seek out the character in you, what is in the core of you. So so they try to ask questions in a way that can represent an insight of you, maybe. So always speak positively about yourself or people associated to you, or your studies, your background. Always be positive about it. Never ever say that I don't like this, I don't like that about myself. Always be positive about yourself. Even if you are not, represent positiveness in any interview. Smile is always a good thing, and um, that is, I think that should be what to do in an interview. So this is not to do in an interview. Don't be negative in any interview, whether with words, whether with body language, or whether be it with confidence. Be Take everything and show everything in a positive manner. Fifth thing that you should never do in any interview, and I have said it before also, that there should not be any silence zone. Because when silence zone comes in, like the interviewer is asking you something and you are just sitting there silently and thinking or whatever you're doing, but that should not be a case in any interview, because you should be able to answer those questions And silence is allowed, but not more than 10 seconds. So, of course, silence zone, if silence zone comes in between, the interviewer also might lose interest to ask more questions. So, avoid that silence zone. Sixth thing that you should never do in any interview is don't lie in your resume, because whatever you have written in on your resume, or whatever you have mentioned in it, it would definitely be asked within the interview. And while taking the interview, people would be knowing that whatever you have written is true or false. So never ever lie in any resume. And even if you do, even if you are lying in your resume, then do read it, do Google the things that you have written, and do able to answer it if the question arises in any interview. So the last and the final thing is discussing money. So what people do is many times their interview went go very like many times, of course, yeah, many of my friends also, even me, but I never did this thing. But I am just telling you that many people, main focus of most of the people when they go for an interview is how much is the package, how much is the salary, how much would the company pay me, or how much my role um, demands of me as in terms of hours or as in terms of working days. So these questions should not be asked by you or the interviewee. So what you should do is you should never ever mention money on the interview. You should never ever mention about the off days, or what vacation can I get, or what like timing, what will be the timing of the job. You should never discuss it by yourself. Let them make the first move and let them offer you those things first, that we will give you this salary, are you comfortable with it? Then you can say. But if you are directly asking those questions, then I think that it won't be good for you. It creates a bit of negative impact. So avoid addressing those questions. So these were the 7 things, and do let me know if you wish to add something below in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching. And like a student to a student, I am also a student even today. So thank you very much for watching, and do let me know if I miss out anything. Bye bye.